You just got through watching Raw. Now it's time for HWR's Raw Reaction.
Wow, what a fucking Monday Night Raw that was. Hello everyone, I am your host, and this is HWR's Raw Reaction. And Raw's opened up with a bombshell as Shane McMahon makes his return after almost a decade. The fans went nuts. I marked the fuck out, and before I announced the crew, I have to admit, I was kind of caught marking out as I was recording one of the clips of the opening, and it's over on our HWR chat room, and if you want to see how much of an ass I made of myself, feel free to go on over there and join us. Let's move on with the getting all the hardcore crew going. First, he's the son of a bitch, Andy. Andy, what's going on, and what a hell of an opening.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, anything worth talking about on Raw, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, before we go on with that, I want to introduce the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, what was your reaction when you saw Shane come out?
Oh my God.
Pretty much. I was like, oh my fucking... Anyway, enough marking out. The story pretty much goes out that Shane wants to, control Raw. Vince says, fine, you want to do it, you got to face The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. So that match is now set for WrestleMania. We had a couple of other matches already set for WrestleMania, and that's going to be a no-holds-barred street fight between Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose, and we also have the World Heavyweight title match, of course, Roman Reigns between Triple H. Now, for the after that debut, New Day gets the win over Luchas and Neville. Nothing really a great match. There's a couple of really boring matches. One of the highlights of the night was Brock Lesnar came out to the ring where he pretty much said he was cheated out of his victory at last night's Fastlane. And he then announced he's going to have an open challenge. Early in the night tonight, we saw Brock Lesnar attacking Dean Ambrose. Ambrose is taken to the hospital, kayfabe obviously. But as Heyman was just shooting the promo, who comes out in the ambulance? But Dean Ambrose literally crawls to the ring, saying he wants a piece of Lesnar, and Lesnar gives him an F5 on the floor. Andy, your thoughts?
Predictable, boring shit.
Wow. I have to admit, for me, it was one of the better spots of the night. Lance, your thoughts?
What real emergency service is going to let you pinch an ambulance and drive it back to where you've just come from? I mean...
come on, how many times have we seen...
WWE.
Well, come on, let's be honest. How many times has Stone Cold Steve Austin done something like that?
Precisely, but it's like 2016. Move on, get a new gimmick.
I don't... Well,
it's been done before. So we need new stuff. We really do need... They're just revamping old shit. He'll come in a milk wagon next week and spray everybody with milk or beer.
And I get your point, but you also can see, you've always been a Dean Ambrose, or as you call him, a John Moxley fan. So I think what they're trying to do here is he's creating this Iron Man gimmick where he's just going to get his ass beaten. He's just going to keep on coming back at you. Lance, your thoughts?
This match at Mania made Mania finally get interesting.
Yeah, I have to agree so far with these matches set up. At first, for the longest time, I was worried about WrestleMania, but the way it's shaping up, it looks pretty decent.
Yeah, it's starting to shape up real nice.
Now, Sasha Banks got the win over Naomi, and after the match, of course... During the match, Becky Lynch comes out and takes on Tamina. Banks gets the win with a Banks statement, and after the match, Charlotte comes out to the ring and says, "You guys, I'm gonna have to face somebody at WrestleMania, so it's gonna be either between between Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch, so they have to now fight each other." Andy, I have to admit, this was a great match. Your thoughts?
But how many times have we seen it before? I don't know what it is about. They've got a decent Divas division, but it seems to be the same ones fighting all the time. They're not mixing them up at all.
Lance, Andy does have a valid point that they are kind of rehashing the same matches. I personally was entertained by this match, but what do you think?
I was entertained, but Andy's right.
Yeah. Now, the main event was Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. Now, they pretty much worked it out where Reigns had that shoulder injury from last night's pay-per-view. So Sheamus works over it. Reigns eventually rallies back, and who comes out? Triple H, leather jacket and all. So Triple H gets the upper hand and starts beating the fucking shit out of Roman Reigns. He busts him wide open with the bell, hits him with a pedigree on the steps, and Reigns' face is just a hot fucking mess.
Yeah, it looked like me when I had swine flu. I was breathing that damn much. Son of a bitch.
Andy, now, I know you kind of missed this segment, but your thoughts, do you think this is a nice way to start off the feud?
I think it's a nice way for the WWE to decide they can go back to fuck off the PG era, because every match so far at WrestleMania is not PG orientated. What? Al's in, Sal's and cage matches and all this, that and the other. Now I think PG era's down the toilet. Thank God.
Well, another thing, Andy, that I found very interesting is the fans have started to boo Roman Reigns and yet cheer for Triple H. What's going on here? I mean, Triple H is supposed to be the heel, and the fans are marking out for him.
Again, WWE have got it wrong, and Triple H has just fucked everybody over again.
Wow.
He just can't help himself. He has to get himself, for the want of a better term, the limelight at WrestleMania, which he really doesn't need. He can't really help himself.
Yeah, I mean, even Joseph Knight, the classic wrestling manager who's not here tonight, has always seen Triple H as an egotist. And I've always been a fan of Triple H. I do agree that, he kind of needs to step aside. Him being the role as a general manager or like the authority, that doesn't bother me so much. But him being at WrestleMania, it's like wearing a little bit thin. I want to go back and talk about Shane McMahon now. Andy, you saw a post that's saying that Shane's just going to be doing a one and done. He came back just for the DVD. Do you even think there's a possibility that they're trying to swerve this and maybe have Shane, be in Raw for a few weeks or a few months?
I think the only time we're going to see Shane, and he made it quite clear, I think, that is going to be next at WrestleMania. I'm just sorry, there's like a bit of a pause before I speak, but I'm just watching the rerun on the DVR of Roman Reigns, and although Triple H is possibly pulling his punches, punching him in the face, that blood's fake as bollocks.
I disagree. Did you not see where he got slammed with the bell? He hit him flush.
He hit him with the bell. There was no blood. Then the camera miraculously went on the audience, and the next time he turns around, he's covered in blood. Not buying it.
I don't know. There was a big gash in his nose. Lance, what do you think? Do you think the blood was fake, or do you think that was a legit?
Okay, I'm actually watching it right now. There's head banging on the table.
No blood whatsoever. The camera goes to the crowd, and then when it comes back, the table's covered in blood. So nobody believes that quick.
They could be hiding a gigging, maybe.
Yes, 100%.
But
if you've got a nosebleed, we've all had nosebleeds. I don't recommend anybody to go and bleed their nose now, but you don't get bright red blood from a nosebleed.
Okay, he's
dark.
Wait a minute. As soon as Roman raises up, his nose is busted open.
It probably is cut, but there's no way all that blood's from him.
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm still not sold that it was fake blood. I mean, we all have our opinions here, and as always,
I'm watching now. In a minute, let me just go back while we're still live on radio. Let me just prove another point here. Bearing in mind that the WWE are trying to believe or make us believe that Triple H is just splitting wide open. I'll just prove a point now. If anyone has a nosebleed, I'll start a count in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then he does a pedigree. No blood. Spilt on the steps in 10 seconds from a nosebleed.
It's not just a nosebleed, it's a gash on his nose.
Yeah, but if you've got a cut on your head and you lean forward for 10 seconds, you can start dripping blood.
Well, all right.
I'll challenge
again,
anyone, if they're stupid enough to cut their head with a razor blade now, tilt your head forward, I bet you start dripping blood everywhere. No, it's as though they've just got a bag of blood, fake blood from the joke shop, rubbed it all up his face, and thought, that'll do. Not buying it at all, not buying the gimmick.
I don't know. I'm pretty sold on it, so I'm going to leave it at that.
The blood looks too much like what you see on Scream horror movies, and if you see a lot of blood, it's never that colour. Blood is not that colour.
Well, as somebody who has had quite a lot of nosebleeds, I've had some that colour.
I've never had nosebleeds that have been bright red, ever.
I have.
You really should go to the ER if they're bright red, because it's oxygenated blood. That's bad.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, guys? I think we're going to wrap it up here. Overall, I think I have to say, just because Shane McMahon was on there, I have to give it at least a 7 out of 10. At first, I gave it a 10 out of 10, but the show started to climb there. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho took out the Social Outcasts. That match wasn't even fucking necessary. Andy, your final thoughts and your rating for the night.
I'll give it 4 out of 10, and all 4 points are just for Shane McMahon coming back. I thought the rest of Raw was typical, boring Raw. Reruns of Fastlane matches.
Now, Lance, over to you. Your final thoughts and picks.
Okay, overall, I'll give it, like you, 7 out of 10. Because the whole Ambrose Lesnar thing, the Shane coming back, the Gold Dust and R-Truth, that's still freaking funny. And, well, the beatdown at the end.
Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was a pretty decent Raw overall. There were some bad spots, but that comes with any show. So, but now we want to know you, the hardcore wrestling fans, your thoughts. What was your best segment of the night? What was one of the worst segments of the night? Put your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to us over at youtube.com/HWR show, or just hit that subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. And if you want to join in the chat, in the conversation, join us over in our HWR chat room in the group sections on Facebook.com. I can't speak tonight. I am your hardcore host, Rick Head. As always, I want to thank the hardcore crew for joining us. First, he's my sidekick. He's my partner. And he's HWR's fall guy for all the hate mail. He's Andy. What's going on?
Yeah, it's you can catch me at www.stokehaunted.com. And just one little word of advice to the WWE, because I think they do listen to us sometimes, but if you are listening, you put cameras on the ring posts every week. Start using them, please.
I think they've used it a few times, but again, I guess we're not really there to see the whole views. Lance, over to you.
First, Andy has a point.
And you're over on youtube.com at Lance Moss TV. Lance, tell everyone about your channel.
I got album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck filmmaking videos, musical equipment reviews, some rants, and some covers are going to be showing up. And every Wednesday I go live with Lance Moss TV and friends. And if you're on Twitter, it's at Lance Moss TV.
And with that, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying, we'll see you when we see you.
Thank you for listening to this edition of HWR's Raw Reaction. To listen to more podcasts like this, check us out over at youtube.com/HWR show. Until the next time, this is your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you.